Hey guys, it's Fat Daddy.
And Big Mama with Big and Fat.
I know we've been gone for a little bit. We've just had a really hectic schedule, plus, we haven't felt the best, but we're starting to do our videos again, so just hang in there with us.
Hi. What, buddy? We have a neighbor kid that's joining us. What's up, buddy? Oh, not right now. In a little bit, I'll call you. Okay? Okay. Sorry. Okay. It's a little away from a couple of doors over. Savannah's over there, and he's wanting to come play with Caden. So, um, just realized I had something on me, and my door's messy, y'all. So there's that.
I cleaned that door. It stayed clean for about 45 seconds.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
I did what I could.
So today we wanted to talk to you guys about raising kids and kind of our take on it and all that. So if you are perfect parents, um, or if your children are perfect, then you can just not watch this
Yeah,
video. It's not for you. Just keep on moving.
this is your spoiler alert to
Um,
exit to the left.
so, but if you're just people like us who mess up at parenting and whose kids aren't perfect, then you can stay. So, all the other people who's perfect and kids are perfect, y'all just go on. And, okay. So now that they're gone, we'll talk about them. Because those people are who need to watch this. We're not gonna deal with that. Um, so the first thing, let's see. Yeah. So the first thing,
We have a list.
we have a list. Yeah. So the first thing on our list is kids saying no. Um, why are y'all letting your kids say no? I don't get that. We hear that all the time, like when we're out, um, whatever. I mean, I don't. This is a foreign concept to our family.
Yeah.
Our kids, like, when they hear someone tell their parents no, I don't get that at all.
I don't understand that at all. It's
Uh,
like, one, it's extremely disrespectful. Two, why are you allowing them to be disrespectful to you?
So, my big take on it, besides being disrespectful, which is a huge no no. So, the number one rule in my house pertaining to myself is don't make me look like a fool. Like we can get past anything, and we gonna get past that too. You're not gonna be happy about it, but we're gonna get past it. Is not making me look like a fool, and I, like even with Dwaylen, like that's probably the biggest thing in our
Mm-hmm.
relationship. Even is don't make me look foolish. I'm not gonna make him look
Mm-hmm.
foolish. So, you know, by just blatantly telling me no and being disrespectful to me makes me a fool. Um, so not only that, but one day your children, I mean, they might be telling you no about the dishes now and not doing them, but one day your kids are going to be in the workplace and they don't get to say no. Not if they want to still have a job. I do think that there are things that kids get to say no about, um, but I think that that's a controlled conversation and specific things. Um, I would never make my kids hug someone that they don't want to hug.
Right.
So if
No.
someone says, come give creepy Uncle Dan a hug, I don't. None of us have an Uncle Dan, right?
No.
Okay. Come give creepy Uncle Dan a hug, and my kids are like, no, that's okay.
Yeah.
They don't have to do that. Um, but if I tell you to go do the dishes, your response to me better not be no. If I tell you to go, um, take this inside for me or go get this, or your answer to me better not be no.
Mm-hmm.
Our kids don't tell us no.
No.
That is not a word in their vocabulary that to say back to us.
No. Abby tries. She's almost 3.
Yeah.
She's tried. She's still learning. But we still talk to her and tell her why she should not say no to us.
And I do believe, especially at a young age, so our kids get whippings. Um, Probably not as many as they should, just like most of y'all. Um, some of y'all don't believe in whippings at all, and that's okay.
But when they do get them,
Um, I believe in teaching over spanking. So I'm going to teach you first. I'm going to take things away from you. I'm going to ground you. I'm going to do all this stuff. And then I'm going to spank you. Like, if you're still not getting it.
And
I'm going to tell you with Caden, especially whenever he was younger, even now, I mean, he's 15, he don't really get that many spankings, but they just make me feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. They don't do any good for him. Never have.
My thing with whoopings is, and I agree, you know, you need to explain to them what they're doing wrong, because if you just whoop them,
Yeah, you got to teach them first that, you know.
But when they're older and it's things that they know they shouldn't be doing, then I'm not going to explain it to you. I'm just going to whoop you. That's just how it is. And my kids know this. So they already know if it's something that they flat out know that they should not be doing and they get caught doing it, they're going to get a whooping. Big Larry's coming out of the closet. That's what Caden named the belt. And somebody's crying and it ain't daddy.
With that being we really have pretty good kids.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
they don't really.
I honestly rarely have to whoop them.
Yeah.
But I will do so if necessary.
Right. You want to take the next one?
What is the next one? Oh, kids running your house. I don't understand what y'all are doing. Why are you letting your kids run your house? Why are you letting your kids dictate what goes on in the house that you pay for? I tell my kids.
I think that goes back to a respect thing too.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I've told my kids before, which they don't try this, but I've just in conversation, I've told them, if you want to run a house, then you go get your own, because this one belongs to us, and we're the ones that run it.
Right.
You're not going to tell us what you're going to do or not going to do, and what we're going to do and not going to do.
And the day-to-day of this house, like, I run the day-to-day of this house.
Yeah.
No, ain't nobody running my house.
Right.
No. I mean, everything from, you know, and by running your house, you know, I'm not talking about, like, you can't do this because you got to go to ball, you know, you got to take kids to ball games or things like that, okay? I mean, that's not running your house. I'm talking about the whole, we're not going to do that. My kids aren't going to tell me what to do. They might express to me what they want, but they're not going to tell me what they are and are not going to do.
Nope.
So.
And they're sure not going to tell us, oh, well, you're going to do this for me. No.
We've kind of touched on this a little bit before in other ones, so we'll elaborate a little bit more. We are rock and hard place parents. There's no good cop, bad cop here. That's not a thing. If Dwaylen and I disagree on how one of us have handled a situation, and rare, I mean, I feel like that's rare. Yeah. Even we're pretty in sync with parenting. Then that's discussed privately between us. You know, you was too hard on him, you was too easy on him, whatever. But
I may not change my mind, but that's a discussion to be had.
Right.
That's a discussion to be had in private, not in front of your kids.
Right. But that's not something we talk about in front of them. So there was something else I was gonna add into here, and I don't remember what it was. Maybe I'll think of it in a minute. I know what it was.
Did you remember?
I remember it.
No, right.
So, one of our big rules is don't ask more than once. So, if, you know, Savannah wants to go stay at her friend's house, and she asked me on Monday to go stay on a Saturday, she might have to remind me. You know, if my answer to her then is, well, let me check the calendar, or, you know, let me make sure there's nothing going on, or I'll think about it, or we'll see, then, you know, generally, our kids are pretty smart, so generally, they won't just say, can I stay the night with so-and-so on Saturday? Again, they'll say, hey, Mom, did you get to check the calendar, or have you thought about, or, you know, so-and-so's, you know, asked me again if it was okay, and, you know, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they know that loophole to get around that one.
But if they just keep on and on and on, can I, nope.
Yeah.
The answer's no.
That's how I was raised when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Do not ask my mama more than once. You ask her for something and she says, we'll see, or let me think about it, do not ask her again because it's a guaranteed no.
Right.
Even if it was something she was going to let you do, you kept asking her after she told you not to. So
And
no.
look, some of y'all that knew me growing up, y'all are sitting here like, well, she wasn't like that. I was not. I was bad.
What?
I was
I
bad.
don't believe it.
I've had to say sorry a lot. I was bad.
It's like poison.
It is.
like,
It's yeah. It's a little easier when you actually mean it.
Yeah, it's not as bitter.
Not as bitter when you mean it. Yeah. Especially when you experience it with your own kids and you have to call my granny, my mom a lot and say, I'm really sorry that I did blah blah blah.
But sometimes that humble pie is hard to wash down.
Yeah, crow doesn't taste good. Oh, here's one that is not on our list. For those of you watching this that don't have children, I beg of you, do not say, my kids are never.
Don't do that.
Because they're gonna. Whatever my kids are never, they're gonna do.
They're going to do that, and they're going to do it twice as bad because you said my kids would never do that.
Yes.
I've been guilty of that. I was guilty of that with Savannah. Oh, Savannah would never do that. She absolutely was. Absolutely did.
So never say never.
Yeah.
It'll come back to bite you.
Before we got together and I was, raising Savannah, it was like I'd be like, oh, Savannah would never do anything like that, and she did. It's like she's like, oh, wait a minute, he's talking about me.
Yeah.
I shouldn't do that. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Let's see. Okay, I am the parent that always says no. Always. The kids will come and start asking me something. Daddy cannot no. And they're just like, but I didn't get the no. So Hope got on to me one time. She was like, let those babies finish telling you what they want. It could be something really important that they want. I'm like, okay, I can guarantee it's not important, but okay. I will humor you. So I let them ask me. It was ridiculous.
It was not important.
It was ridiculous. It was so not important.
They let me down so much.
They burned her so bad. And I still said no. And then I told Hope, I said, see, I listened to it. It was ridiculous. I said, no, now you've wasted my time and their time.
And he still just says no.
And I still just say no. But I'm the parent, though, out of the two of us, I'm the one that they always come and ask first. Because a lot of times, I'll say 75% of the time, I will say, let me think about it, and I will let you know. And generally, for the most part, I will change my mind and let them
or if
he tell them yes.
Or if he says no, he'll stew on it for a minute and say yes. Yeah. You know how some people's automatic response when you say something to them is to say what? And if you just wait a second, they'll respond to you because they heard you. It's just habit to say what.
Mine is to say no.
That's how he is with no.
Yes.
They'll just kind of stand there a second and he'll, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm like,
okay. But if I say no is no.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's why they don't ask her.
So they don't, unless it's like but this is a mom yes thing.
Yeah.
And again, our kids are smart. They know what to ask each of us.
Yeah. They want money, they come ask daddy.
If it's a no, it's a no. If they want snacks, they ask you.
Yeah.
If they want to go somewhere, they ask me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But whatever each of us say, that's it.
Yeah, if they go, like, if I say no, and they go running to mom, and it's like, well, I want to do this, and daddy said no, then it's no.
If they try to play us, and they have.
Oh, yeah.
Every kid, smart.
And every kid does.
If they play us and they get by with, dad said no, and I said yes, and, well, mom said yes, or vice versa, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
There's
consequences because
it is not they got by with it, or well I told them yes.
They're not almost 3 like Abby. They're 12 and 15. They know better. So if they try to pull that,
and Abby tells on each of us to the other parent. So like if she goes and asks Waylon for something and he says no, she comes crying to me, God say no to me, and I'm like, well, it's no. So
You say that, but you're like,
a lot of
"Oh,
times I'm like,
oh,
leave that baby
baby,
alone. She can have it.
would he's just so mean," and I'm like,
This
no,
this is why she's gonna be and is bad.
it's her fault, y'all.
It's all of our fault.
No,
Except for maybe Caden. Caden's like,
Man.
you're not a baby, you're grown,
Yeah.
get over it.
Caden's like, nope, not doing it. She starts crying. He's like, you're okay, you're okay. Dry that up.
Right. Okay, so next on our list. So we our kids do chores. We believe in chores. We believe that they are essential to raising your children to be productive human beings. Some people don't agree with us. I don't care. I really don't care. They, each of our kids have chores that they have to do, including Abby. We make them age appropriate for them.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't do their chores, or lie about doing their chores,
Then there's more chores.
then there's more chores.
You still have to do the chores you didn't do, plus whatever else on the list that we add.
Right. So you guys will see a video that we had taken, I think it was before we actually launched.
It is.
The kids went to my mom's
Good
house.
stuff.
Savannah lied and said she had them done. Caden just didn't do them. He just didn't do them. And so they're all in trouble. It's a great video, and we will post it sometime soon.
And a side
probably.
note, you will get in more trouble. Our kids get in more trouble with us for lying about something
Oh yeah.
than they do for whatever it was that they were originally in trouble for. It's like you were better off just telling the truth.
So
If you didn't do, like, say chores, for instance, if you didn't do your chores, just say you didn't do your chores.
right.
Because we already know you didn't do them. So lying and saying that you did them when we know you didn't, it's just going to get you in twice as much trouble as you would have been in before.
So some people, Grandma likes to take up for them. So I'll just say Grandma because I know she's done this at least 20 or 30 times. Well, don't
This
double.
week.
Yeah. Well, don't double punish them. This is 2 offenses. You
Yeah.
did not do your chores and
And
you
then
lied.
you lied.
So there's a whole separate punishment for lying because
Yeah.
you're just not going to lie to us. So
Nope.
that's it.
You're just not. That's
Hayden, once in a while, will lie,
he's not good at it.
but he's not good at it, and he'll just tell you.
Savannah's
I
not
mean,
good at it either, but she tries.
Savannah gonna pick that hill to die on.
Yep. Caden's just
Often.
like 9 times out of 10. Caden's like, I just didn't do it.
And when Savannah's honest, she's bold about it.
Yeah.
She's like, nope, didn't do it.
She's
Why?
like-
Didn't want to.
Yep.
I mean,
I mean, she still gets in trouble, but
yeah,
at least I'd prefer the honesty
Yeah.
to the.
it's way
I-
less trouble if you just
Oh, yeah.
honest or even the boldness.
Yeah.
So if they don't do their chores, there will be extra to do. That's just not.
No, it's just
We all have our things that we have to do, and we have to do them, and that's it.
because the way I look at it is, I work a full-time job and run our business. So basically, I have 2 jobs. Those are my jobs. Their jobs is to do the chores that they're assigned to do.
And-
Everybody has a job here.
And I feel like if my house is a mess, that my life is a mess. I don't know if you guys have seen by any videos yet. You eventually will. We have no dining room. It's a toy room. And so those toys, like I feel like I do pretty well because I don't mind if they're too much of a mess during the day. Sometimes I have to say, let's pick these all up and start again, and we do. But generally, as long as we have them picked up before we go to bed, I'm okay with it. Abby doesn't make a huge mess by herself.
No,
If she has friends
it's when
over,
she has friends over. Yeah, they drag
all the toys
all
are
the
out.
toys are out. But I mean, they're kids, and that's to be
Yeah,
expected.
yeah. I mean, it's fine. We get
Yeah.
them picked up, and do you want to do the next
That's
one?
another one of our kids'
I'll do the
chores,
next.
too.
I'll do the next one too, and then you do the last one.
Okay. All right. The
Um,
last one's the best.
So yeah. I'll give you the best one. Okay, so the next thing on our list is calling your kids out for their wrongs. We constantly, all day long, give our kids affirmation for things that they've done. Thank you for being helpful. You're beautiful. You're smart. You're all of these things. But when they're wrong, they're wrong. And they need to be told that they're wrong.
It's our job to tell them that they're wrong so that they can learn from those mistakes.
If you are exhibiting some behaviors that you are continuing to do, and it is something that is not okay, we're going to call you on that behavior every single time so that you're aware that you cannot behave this way anymore. After so long, there's going to be a punishment for that.
Yeah, because
because we have been over and over and over this, and so that might be loss of phone or TV or whatever.
But there's absolutely nothing wrong with affirmation. Everybody, children, adults, everybody needs some affirmation. But you have to tell your children when they're wrong and explain to them why what they're doing is wrong, because otherwise they're going to get out here in the real world and think that nothing they do is wrong. And then they're going to get themselves in a lot of trouble because they're going to have this mindset that nothing I ever do is wrong and the world owes me for something simply because I exist.
It creates very entitled children.
Mm-hmm.
And now, you should not call your children stupid.
Never.
You should not, like, be ugly and talk down to your children as far as name calling. But you've got to be real with them about what it is they're doing.
Yep.
Caden, if he does something he's not supposed to be doing and his grandma comes in and I say, ask your boy what he was doing, he could care less. He'll just tell you. He'll just tell you, this is what I did. And he does not care. That is not embarrassing to him. Nothing. Savannah, she don't want to talk about it.
Abby don't want to talk about it.
Abby don't want to talk about it. I don't know if that's the difference in boys and girls or autistic or not, or but Caden, he'll just own it every time. Savannah, she don't want to talk about it. Abby don't want to talk about it. Abby will say, don't say that.
Or she'll say, I didn't do that.
Yeah, I don't say that. I didn't do that.
Knowing good and hell well she said it.
And Savannah's like, I don't want to talk about it. So while you tell your kids how much you love them, and that is so important, it is also important to call them on their stuff as well.
Yeah, and we tell our kids every day that we love them, but we also call them on their stuff when they're wrong.
I mean, they wouldn't, I would put it to the test right now that if you ask any of our kids if they would rather have anyone else as a parent, they'll tell you no.
Yeah. Okay, this is so good. Okay.
Y'all.
This one is about allowance. Anybody that gives their kids allowance, that's your business, not mine.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you how allowance works in the Davis house. My kids are spoiled. I have no issue with saying that because they're spoiled and I did a lot of the spoiling. I do a lot of the spoiling every day. They have everything that they need, and honestly, just about everything that they could want.
If they
within reason.
If they want something, it's $4,000.
Yeah, but within reason, they have everything that they want, and they absolutely have everything that they need.
Like, it's something crazy.
But as far as allowance goes, and anybody that watched the video with me and Caden, you already kind of know my views on allowance. But I'm going to give a refresher course on that. My kids don't get an allowance because they're allowed to live in my house. They're allowed to sleep on my bed. They're allowed to eat my food. They're allowed to use my lights, my water,
wear my clothes,
play with
my toys,
play with the toys and the video games, and use the phones and everything, because everything in this house belongs to us, and they're allowed to use it. Therefore, that is their allowance. For Christmas this year, I may go around with.
You are not.
Don't listen to her. 'Cause y'all will get a video around Christmas time of me putting bows on the faucets and the beds and the hangers for the clothes because I don't want to mess up the clothes. And probably the doorknob to the front door, put a bunch of them on the fridge. That's their allowance. You're allowed all this stuff.
Right. Now, what we do believe in, paying, I don't know if paying is the right word, is doing well in school.
Yes.
So
yes.
we don't actually, I I mean, I think before we've given them money,
Mhm.
but generally, you know, because we homeschool, whatever. So we generally take an end of the year trip.
Yeah.
We go somewhere, we do something. Again, they are super spoiled. Um, I mean, me and the girls went out today. Mm, they got everything they asked for.
Mhm.
Um, they also have been doing everything I ask of them.
Yep.
If
We don't.
you
We do not reward bad behavior.
No, I don't negotiate with terrorists.
Amen.
I do not reward bad behavior. So if you are holding up and doing your end, doing, you know, what you were supposed to do, um, then I'm gonna do for you.
Mm.
If you can't get your chores done, if you are giving me problems behaviorally, if you are doing any of these kind of things, then I'm not doing.
No, because we hold up our end every day.
Our kids seem to always have money, so
They have more money than I do.
I don't know how they.
I don't know
always
how
have
they
money,
do it.
but they always do. So during those times, you know, like today, Savannah wanted some things, and I said, "Do you have some money?" Yep. I generally ask that because I want to know, are you willing to spend your own money on it before I buy it? I said, put it up there, I'll pay for it.
Caden ain't paying for nothing unless you make it.
No.
Caden will tell you he's got money, and he'll be like, "So you want to pay for it?" He'll go put it back because he ain't trying to pay for
paying
it.
for it. So.
And that's how Caden still has money.
You know, I don't know really where I was going with that, but.
Sorry, I interrupted.
That's okay. But, I mean, they get, you know, they get what they want.
Yeah.
Um.
As long as they hold up, as long as they do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. But if they're not, then you got money and you can buy it with your money if that's if it's that important to you.
Yep.
So.
Our kids have phones, and our kids know those are our phones that you're allowed to use.
I will pick them up and go through them anytime I want.
Anytime I want. And the rule is, if I ask for your phone, put it in my hand. Don't swipe away notifications. Don't try to close out apps. Put the phone in my hand, because if you do all that stuff, that means you're trying to hide something, and then I'm gonna keep the phone once you put it in my hand.
This is not this isn't even on our list, but I think this is important too. Something that we do. So both of our kids have Facebook. Savannah has Snap.
Mm-hmm. But she only has like
just a couple people
that we approve for her to have on Snap.
I think like 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
So Caden doesn't want it.
Mm-mm.
Neither one of them have TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. None of that. So our kids don't know their password to their own stuff.
Nope.
We set up their accounts. We make up their password. We are the only ones that know that. If they're locked out of it, they need to come ask us. So at any time that we just want to be done with that, we're done with it, and they can't get into it.
Yeah.
We do allow them to have passwords on their phone, and that's to keep their friends out. But we have to know the password to their phone all the time. Hi.
Hi.
It's very lively out here tonight. So monitoring your kids' social media is not an invasion of their privacy. It's protecting them. And I think that, you know, if you're... What, baby?
Almost.
Yeah, it's almost nighttime. And so I think that it's... if you're not going through your kids' social media, middle school age especially, do it.
Yeah, because
you need to go through it.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
It's for their safety.
Yeah.
Not, safety takes precedence over privacy any day.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I agree.
And even if you think your kids aren't doing things they shouldn't be,
you can guarantee they are.
Yeah, they might be.
Yeah.
I would have thought of all of ours that would have done things that they weren't supposed to on the phone. It would have been Savannah. Nope.
Yep.
Caden.
It was Caden.
I would have never. I mean,
yep.
And not that I really thought Savannah would either, but it would not have been Caden.
It was Caden.
It was Caden.
Yeah. There was several discussions with him about certain things he was doing online and why they were dangerous. So.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, if you guys have any, let me give you some other parenting tips for little kids. One, toy batteries are not rechargeable, not replaceable.
No.
It goes dead, they're done. You throw them away, give them to Goodwill, yard sale.
Savannah was like 9 before she.
Well, Abby was born.
Oh yeah, Abby
Yeah,
was
she
born.
was like 10 or 11.
Like 10.
Like she already had toys.
Yeah, she was 10 before she realized that. Before she figured out that there was that you could actually put new batteries and stuff. Because I told her from the time she was little, like itty bitty, that once it stopped working, it just stopped working. They don't make replacement batteries. Keep that in mind. Chuck E. Cheese is
invitation only. Unless you're invited to a birthday party, you can't go.
Nope.
Can't get in.
That way they don't rope you into that kid casino, because that's all it is.
Like that might be the best parenting advice that we have is those two things.
I'm trying to tell you, that is the best thing.
If you watch this, be sure to tell your friends to watch it all the way to the end, because that's the gold mine right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No rechargeable batteries. Kid casino is invitation only.
Yep. All right. Well, I think we're all done here tonight. I hope you guys have a great night. And when you know better,
do better.
See ya.
Bye.